Thanks for coming to English Story today. Do not forget to follow and like. My name is Emma, and I'm here. I'm 33 years old. My office is pretty small. My life is easy. I get up early, drink my coffee, and take the bus to work every day. I work from home, answer texts, and help people. It's quiet where I live, but I don't mind. I like how quiet it is. I read books, I go for walks. It's lonely sometimes, but I tell myself good things take time. That was until something new happened one day. Our old boss quit, and now we have a new one. Daniel is his name. He was 40 years old, tall, and had soft, kind eyes and a smile. When he got to work for the first time, he said, "Good morning, everyone." It was a calm and warm voice. He shook my hand and everyone else's. He said, "Hi, my name is Daniel." I smiled. "My name is Emma. Thanks for coming to our small office." He smiled back. I knew right then that something was wrong. He wasn't like other bosses. He didn't act like he was better than us. He paid attention, asked questions, and even helped carry boxes during lunch. I began to enjoy my job more as the weeks went by. It was fun to talk to him. Every morning he said, "Good morning, Emma." Every time I smiled. We began to have short talks over coffee breaks. We talked about our favorite books, movies, and plans for the weekend. We both laughed at each other's jokes. I didn't hope too much, though. He might have been just being nice. He then asked me, "Do you want to have lunch with me?" Even though my heart was racing, I said, "Sure." That lunch was unique. Work wasn't brought up. We talked about everyday things. He told me he was single and had just moved to this city. I thought about that word single all day. When I heard it, I smiled to myself. After that day, our bond got stronger. He would sometimes wait for me when I got home from work. We would laugh and talk as we walked to the bus stop. It began to rain one evening. He held his umbrella over both of us because I didn't have one. As we walked together, my heart felt warm. "It's fun to walk with you," he said. I told her I like it too. After some days, he asked me to go on another date. "Are you up for going to the art gallery this Saturday?" It made me smile as I nodded. "I'd love to, yes." It seemed like a dream that Saturday. We looked at paintings, talked about our favorite colors, and had coffee in a quiet cafe. He looked at me and said, "Emma, I love spending time with you." That night, he walked me home after I said, "Me too." He wasn't in a hurry. He didn't make me feel bad. "I hope we can do this again," was all he said. We did that. We went to parks, coffee shops, and small bookstores. He never talked about himself by himself. He asked me about my hopes and goals, my childhood, and my favorite songs. He always remembered the little things I told him. I told you before that I liked roses. He gave me a sunflower in a glass jar as a surprise the following week. It moved me. Then, one night, as we walked along the lake, he held my hand softly. He said in a soft voice, "I've wanted to do that for a while." I smiled. "Me too." I smiled to myself as I lay in bed that night and looked up at the ceiling. It made my heart happy, not with pain, but with peace. This love wasn't painful. It was safe. It was nice. It seemed real. Our relationship got stronger over time. He never pushed me. We went slowly. We had respect for each other. We talked, laughed, and helped each other at work and in life. He even got to know my family. Mom said in a low voice, "He's a good man, Emma." He told me, "Emma, I'm lucky to have you in my life," one afternoon. I could feel happy tears coming in. I also feel lucky. During a team meeting one day, he stood up and said, I want to thank Emma, not just for her work, but also for her kindness and the light she brings to this office. Everyone clapped. I turned pink, but I was proud of myself. I was seen, not only for what I did, but also for who I was. He liked me. Time went by. We held hands and walked through the park one Sunday morning. It was warm outside. The birds were singing. He stopped moving and looked at me. He told me, "Emma, I know we met in a small office, but you've become the most important person in my life. Will you let me into your life?" My eyes were filled with tears. I said, "Yes, Daniel," over and over again with a nod. He gave me a hug and a smile. I knew right then that this love was right. We didn't need to hide. We had nothing to hide. We made something strong, honest, and real. I still work in the same building, but my life is different, better, warmer. Someone loves me just the way I am when I get home. I smile every morning when I wake up. I now think that love sneaks up on you when you least expect it, but you know it's right when you feel it in your heart. Friends, thanks for taking the time to listen to my story. Don't give up if you're looking for love. Love that is good doesn't hurt. It makes you stronger. It makes things better, not worse. Most importantly, it comes to you when you're ready. Take care of your heart. Don't give up. Don't forget that the best love is one that makes you feel at home. It would mean a lot to me if you liked my story and shared it with someone who believes in true love. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that will warm your heart.